What's good, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning into episode 31 of Tune Check. I'm your host. My name is Cris. And on this episode, I just got some news updates. There really hasn't been any music that came out or any albums that came out that I haven't mentioned on like my social media pages. JT dropped her song Ran Out, which is fire. She dropped a video, and the video is fire for real. Like, definitely go check it out. Leon Thomas dropped his remix to Mutt featuring Chris Brown. It's an amazing track. Been listening to it since Friday. Low Shimmy dropped. Wale dropped his track Blanco, underrated as fuck. Jack Harlow dropped his collab with Doja Cat, Just Us, fire song. The video's alright though, but the song is pretty cool. I think Doja Cat did her thing, and their chemistry on it was amazing, to be honest. Feels like some stuff happened, behind the scenes between them. Destin Conrad dropped the single Delusional. Playboi Max dropped his EP, Five Star Sessions. It's pretty dope. I think it only has like 5 tracks. I enjoyed like 3 of them. But like I said, this episode is just going to consist of news. I have a few updates for everybody, especially from Kanye. He's being crazy again, going on a rant and shit, but that's at the end. But let's just get into it. So the first piece of news that I got revolves around Playboi Carti. So his album Music sold over 300K and is on pace to debut at #1. Possibly could be the biggest debut of his career and of 2025. I'm recording this on a Saturday, so I'm sure by the time this episode comes out on Monday, it's probably going to be #1. I hope it's #1 because his album is actually pretty good. I'm not the biggest Carti fan. He has some verses that be like hit or miss for me, some songs, but I was surprised at myself when I heard this and I actually enjoyed it as much as I did. Even my friend was surprised that I ended up liking it as much as I did. But this album was actually really good, and I mean, it was worth the wait for like, his true fans. They've been waiting for this for years since he's been teasing it, dropping singles and talking about it so much. This album also earned 490 million streams in its first week, making it the third biggest debut week for a rap album on Spotify. It's crazy. It's definitely amazing, definitely a feat, especially since we're in a streaming era. His track Evil Jordan is the first rap song of 2025 to top Spotify global charts. It's also on pace and challenging for #2 debut on the Hot 100. And again, I'm recording this on a Saturday, so probably on Monday, it's probably going to debut on #2. And same thing with Rather Lie. It's on pace to debut on #4, and it most likely will debut at #4. He also released 2 versions of this album, V2, which features bonus tracks 2024 and Backrooms. V3 has an additional track called FOMDJ, crazy ass acronym. He's been teasing Baby Boy left and right. And then aside from this, ASAP Rocky posted up a picture with him, Playboi Carti, and Ken Carson in the studio. So it seems like both of them are going to be features on Don't Be Dumb. And y'all already know how I feel about this album. Like, I need it to come out right now because he's taking too fucking long. And I hope it comes out pretty soon, because he's been teasing it, he's been delaying it. But, speaking about artists charting, an artist doing well on the charts, we got Doechii next. So her song Anxiety earned her highest debut on the Hot 100. It debuted at number 13. And that's amazing considering that this song came out like a few years ago on YouTube. This is definitely an accomplishment, and it shows that a lot of people were waiting for this track to release. Doechii is just amazing. I genuinely love her music. I think she's a dope person, like one of the most creative people out right now, one of the best rappers out right now. But it seems like we might get a Doechii and Megan Thee Stallion collab soon because Doechii had mentioned that she wants to work with Megan Thee Stallion, and then Megan Thee Stallion did go on live on TikTok and basically said the same thing.
I do want to do a song with Doechii. That is on my list. That's on my album wish list. But I really have no song right now. But I feel like Doechii would be the type of person that you would have to be like in the studio to make a song with. Like, I would like to hear like a beat that she would like to rap over.
Megan did mention also that she wants to rap on beats that are outside of her style, to push herself. But regardless of that, I feel like their collab would be really good considering their delivery on tracks. They both could actually really rap, their confidence on their songs and also just their styles would really complement each other. If they do make a track, it's going to be a hit, like for sure. I guarantee it. Everybody's going to fuck with it. It's going to blow up everywhere. So, I'm looking forward to that whenever it happens. Hopefully it happens soon. Hopefully Doechii, saw that and they both got in contact and are in the studio currently. I think that'd be really dope, like I said. Another group of artists that's breaking records is Kendrick and SZA. So their song Luther spent 4 consecutive weeks at #1 on the Hot 100. Luther is a dope track. Yeah, it did get played out a little bit for me, a little too soon. But regardless of that, it's still a good song. This also became SZA's longest #1 on the Hot 100. The same goes for Kendrick. It's his longest number one on the Hot 100. And aside from all of this, it turns out that Kendrick might actually be involved in the 2028 Olympics, which is crazy because that's like 3 years away from now. Casey Wasserman, who represents Kendrick and is also a chairman of the organizing committee for the 2028 Olympics, stated that they would love, for Kendrick to be involved. And also, in my opinion, like look at the numbers that he just pulled for the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And I think it'll be really dope to like see what happens and to see like how he like participates in it. Maybe he'll like the torch or maybe like he'll perform as well. But shout out to Kendrick. He's having a phenomenal year so far. I'm excited for his tour. I can't wait for May to come. Got my tickets. I really want to see it. It's gonna be lit. I hope it's just as good as the Mr. Morale, the Big Steppers tour that I went to, or maybe even better. I'm excited to see SZA. But in regards to Kendrick Lamar, his song Not Like Us, this is pertaining to, the legal battle that Drake has with UMG over it. So Drake and UMG are still going at it. This involves the New York lawsuit that Drake filed against UMG. So UMG basically asked the judge to toss the whole lawsuit away because it's just bullshit to them. They call Drake a hypocrite for, suing him for defamation over the track that, Drake fueled the rap beef, that he had dropped another song in response to Kendrick not responding and taking too long, which is true. When Taylor Made Freestyle came out, he did drop it online, on social media and everything and on YouTube. And the caption of the post was, "While we wait on you, I guess." You know what I mean? Like that was the caption. I remember it clearly. Everybody does. They also claim that he's just suing because he lost. They're stating that the lawsuit goes against, the nature of a diss track and also the full context of a rap beef, a rap battle, that Drake should just take the L like the quote unbothered rapper he claims to be. Then a few days later, Drake's legal team also demanded to see Kendrick's contract under UMG. What I think is crazy is like they shouldn't even be asking for a contract in the first place because that's none of their business. Also, like Drake really did antagonize Kendrick, like I said. He pretty much called out his wife on a track and Kendrick responded. Kendrick had an interview, for Apple Music before the Super Bowl saying that he wanted to keep it like, friendly. Drake did push the button. I mean, they both dropped diss tracks, lying about what the other person is doing. So it's just like, I guess who lied better is the one that won. This whole rap beef just made them both look like hypocrites and it was very biased, like I said. But then again, I do get Drake's side because, at the beginning of this whole legal battle, it came out that UMG and Drake agreed on a lump sum of money, but then UMG ended up not giving him that amount because of how the rap beef was playing out. So I think he just wants his money, and I feel like he probably just really wants to, get out of his contract with them. And I don't think UMG wants that either because if Drake leaves the label and like goes independent, it's gonna be really bad for like the music scene, to be honest, because a big artist like him doing all that independently, making all this money off everything and doing all of this is gonna be really, really hard to compete with that. But but we just gotta wait and see, But we just gotta wait and see what happens. I feel like UMG should have just gave all this information to Drake's legal team about like them using bots and whatnot, and if they weren't, and it would have been just the end of it. There would have been no like fuss, no fighting, but they're just dragging it out. This whole thing is being dragged out for no reason. Drake's just looking crazier and crazier. This whole rap beef was dragged out, and it's just like, damn, bro, like it's been a year. It's crazy that it's been a year. I can't believe it's been a year. So next we got Kali Uchis. She went on social media to pretty much tease her fifth studio album, Sincerely.
I dream of a home that even time will lie down and be still for. A place where everything works out the way it should. Sincerely.
Not sure if this is going to be a full-length R&B album or like a reggaeton, Latin pop. She might infuse some of those songs on this album. So maybe it'll be an R&B album with some of those songs, because her last album, that was a full like Latin album, did like really good. I'm excited because I love Kali Uchis. I think she's a dope artist. I love her style of R&B. I love how she incorporates Spanish lyrics, all of that stuff. I'm Hispanic at the end of the day, so anything like that in rap or if any artists do that, I think it's dope. I love it. And Tyler, the Creator, also, reposted this whole like trailer on his story. So I feel like that could possibly mean that he's a feature. I might be gassing it, it might be like a reach, but he could possibly be a feature on this album. And I feel like that'd be dope as fuck, considering that they both make really good music together. One of his best tracks features her. But hopefully we do get a release date soon. Or at least a single, like I'm down for a single. Another artist that's teasing music is Nav. So he announced that his album On My Way to Rexdale is coming out on the 28th, this Friday. He showed a teaser trailer for it. The video was very reminiscent of Future's I Never Liked You album cover. I feel like artists in cars or in like limos in the back gets overused so much. But yeah, I didn't really think too much about it. It was high, bro. Like there's nothing crazy about that. Not the biggest Nat fan. I don't really understand. He doesn't hit for me sometimes. Like there's some verses that I really like, then there's some like singles that he's dropped or songs that I like too. But I remember I was anticipating Perfect Timing for like the longest, and when it dropped, I was just mad disappointed, and I never looked back. I'm gonna check this one out, obviously because I want to, and because I want to do a review, see if I really like it. So hopefully, maybe this album will be good. But another artist that's also dropping on Friday is Jessie Reyez. We have a lot of artists dropping on Friday, by the way, like a couple more that I didn't mention, but I'm gonna check those out as well. But like I said, Jessie Reyez, she's dropping on Friday. She revealed her track list and also the features. So we got Lil Wayne, Miguel, Lil Yachty, Black, Ari Lennox, and Big Sean. And I'm excited, as soon as I saw Big Sean and Lil Wayne, that's fire. I think this is gonna be fire, honestly. I love Jessie Reyez. I think she's a dope artist. I think she makes great music. I love her R&B style. I love her voice. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Next, we got Erykah Badu. So she said that her next album is coming out soon and that it's being produced by The Alchemist. I love that, I think that's amazing. Erykah Badu, she's a legend, one of the greatest artists for real, in my opinion. I love Erykah Badu. And The Alchemist is one of the best producers out. I've always loved his production. I'm always giving him praise. I think he's awesome. So I feel like this album is going to sound great considering their musical styles. I feel like it's really going to complement each other. It's really going to be a great collaboration. So I'm excited to see, what it sounds like and when it's coming out. But speaking about producers, we got Pierre Bourne next. He announced his album Made in Paris is dropping soon and revealed the track listing. I love Pierre Bourne. I really enjoy his productions. I enjoy his artistry. I enjoy his creativity. I love his bodies of work. His music is always fun and it's just easy to vibe to. I love the transitions on his album. I love the drums that he uses. I'm like really looking forward to this album because, like I said, Pierre, he's an amazing producer. To be honest, sometimes he be having like a bar or two, and I'm just like, damn, that's fire. My favorite Pierre album has to be The Life of Pierre 4. I think that album was amazing. It held me down during COVID. I listen to the album to this day, play it front to back. I think his last release was Grails, I think in like 2023. And I'm just talking about his solo projects. I'm not talking about his collab projects. But I'm excited for this Pierre album. Like I said, I need something new from him. I'm mad as hell he wasn't on music. I think that's like a L, but whatever. He got his own shit coming out. But after that, we got Travis Scott next. He's been teasing him working on his album. He stated that he was making music, while he was on his tour, like I said. Like he was working on stuff before he hit the stage. And now he stated that his new album sounds crazy, but he can't really speak too much about it. He's trying to keep it a secret. And I hate when artists do that. Like, why would you bring it up? Like, why are you teasing us and then like want to keep everything a secret? That's just so whack. But I feel like it's gonna be great. Utopia was a really good album. I really enjoyed that as well. So I'm looking forward to this one. I think it's gonna be dope. And he's also been teasing JACKBOYS 2. There was a clip on social media. I posted it up on my IG as well. Pretty much just lights showing JACKBOYS 2 is coming. The first JACKBOYS project was fire. It held us down while we was in quarantine during the pandemic, especially out west. That one went viral. Everybody was making TikTok videos to it. But I feel like the pandemic also hindered like the impact that it could have possibly had on us and the reach, considering that, we were all inside. Nobody could really go out. Nobody could experience it in a concert. Nobody could experience it on a tour. So I feel like JACKBOYS 2 is going to really make up for all of that. So I'm really excited for this installment. And all of these artists is like teasing so much stuff, but they don't want to give a release date, bro. And it's all Rocky's fault, bro, because he's dragging this shit. Carti too, bro. He was dragging his shit too, but at least he dropped. But Rocky ain't doing nothing, bro. Like, I'm gonna crash out if he don't drop his album this year, I swear. But anyway, speaking about performing and concerts, we got Dreamfest next. So the last and final Dreamville Fest is happening in April. I'm like sad that I was not able to go to any of them. I'm sad that I wasn't able to experience none of them. And I'm sad that this really means that J. Cole's retiring soon. I'm guessing that's why it's the last one. But, this is probably going to be one of the biggest L's that I've taken so far in life. But it is what it is. Last night I took a L, but tonight I bounced back. But yeah, like I said, this is the last one, and they revealed their lineup. And honestly, Dreamville Festival, they've always had like solid lineups. They always picked great artists to go up and perform. But yeah, for Saturday, we got Lil Wayne, 21 Savage, PND, Ludacris, Hot Boys, Big Timers, Ari Lennox, Chief Keef, Keisha Cole, and some other artists under there. Then on Sunday, we got J. Cole, Erykah Badu, Thames, Glorilla, JID, Wale, Coco Jones. And like I said, this lineup is just fire. It's gonna be a great time. The merch went out for this as well. It's all up online. I was trying to cop one of the hoodies, but that shit sold out. I was mad as hell. I might cop a t-shirt, maybe, I don't know. But if they restock on a hoodie, I'm definitely gonna cop that. But like I said, for anybody that's going, go enjoy that. Do your thing, have fun. It's the last one. Definitely something memorable. Definitely something that's gonna be one of those moments in your life that you'll never forget, like I said. But shout out to J. Cole, shout out to everybody at Dreamville Fest, shout out to everybody that's gonna perform. It's gonna be fire. I'm waiting for the videos and the live stream so I can like see what's going on. But last but not least, we got Kanye. He's just been making headlines, doing some crazy shit here and there. It's sad to see and hear like I reached the limit where I'm just like, damn, bro, like you're kind of too far gone. As a fan, bro, like that shit's just so sad and embarrassing to me. He's just tarnishing his legacy. So it all started with Tyler, the Creator. I don't know what Tyler did to this man. I don't know if he said anything. I don't know if one of Tyler's homies said something, but he went on and said that Tyler does not have one memorable song. And I thought that was crazy. I thought that was a crazy ass take. I don't know what made this man say that, but I thought that was like ridiculous. And it's just like, what are you talking about? So like out of Yonkers, out of Earthquake, out of Smuckers, a song that Kanye's featured on, out of See You Again, out of Boy Is a Gun, out of What's Your Name, Dogtooth, Saint Chroma, Sticky, he does not have one memorable song, and that's just a crazy take. He said that, his last album ripped off one of his albums, and I'm just like, bro, what are you talking about? Chill, like you inspired so many artists that came after you, like, and they've all mentioned it, and it's just like, why are you doing this, bro? Like, don't attack somebody that held you up at such a high regard. And also, Tyler's been like really on top of his shit lately. Like, he's been the best-selling artist for physical like vinyls for like 2, 3 years now. He's had like great tours, so much success, like one of the best rappers out, one of the best artists out. Like, stop playing with him, bro. Like, put some respect on Tyler's name for real. Then after that, he went off on Cardi for leaving them off music, saying that their collab album Cardi Yay isn't happening. He didn't say anything about being off of Cardi's album until Cardi was asking Kim to have North as a feature. And that kind of just stirred the pot for Kanye. Kanye wasn't feeling it. He like felt that was very disrespectful. And then, Kanye asked Iggy if he could feature Cardi's son on his album, and that, he didn't smash Iggy because of Cardi. And then he gave a list of other people that he didn't smash because of their, partners and because of his relationship towards them. And it's just like, why are you talking about all these people's wives and stuff? Like, you have a wife at home. You shouldn't even be saying none of that. Like, nobody wants to hear that, bro. Like, chill. Then Iggy responded saying, yo, leave my son out of this, basically. I understand where you're coming from. I understand what you're saying, but that has nothing to do with him and nothing to do with me. And aside from that, Ye also posted up a video of Cardi, when the cops pulled up on him for allegedly choking his girlfriend that was pregnant at the time. Kanye also then said that all of this stuff really hurt him, about Cardi not asking him to be on his album because, he was tight. They was really close, supposedly. And then Kanye went off on Metro and Future for not dropping the Like That remix, which is like ridiculous. That shit was a year ago, bro. He said that Future is washed after listening to the Cardi album. And it's just like, what are you talking about, bro? Future just had like 3 number 1 albums, I believe, back to back. He did his thing last year. That tour was amazing. And then he also mentioned Kendrick Lamar, that he hated Not Like Us. And then a fan responded back to him saying, oh, you need your own version of Meet the Grams. Kanye responded asking Kendrick, begging him to drop a diss track. Then he goes back and forth and talks about how Kendrick and like how boring it is, that nobody listened to his music, nobody knew or knows any of his songs. Kanye then said that there wasn't an issue between him and Kendrick, but now there is going to be because of what he's been saying. And that Kendrick was used as a pawn to take Drake down since the record labels don't want, they prefer the smaller ones because they're easier to control and replace. He also said that Drake, Travis, and him could have done the Super Bowl instead of Kendrick. They could have done better. He mentioned that Kendrick was never a king in rap and put up a list of the kings of rap and stuff. Then there was like messages between him and Top 5 that got posted up. Kanye called Top 5 Drake shooter. And he said that he's going to get everybody locked up, including Drake. He's going to give him like a RICO charge. that Drake had paid Top Five's bail for him to be released, and that Top Five then went behind Drake's back and told Kanye that Drake is buying and sending Kim Birkin bags. Also considering that he sampled her voice on one of his tracks from last year or 2022, I don't remember exactly when it came out. And like then he says that he doesn't care about that old white lady, but yet he was singing like his lungs out to her at the Amazon concert he did with Drake. So it was just like, what are you talking about? And his current wife looks similar to Kim. Like they really do. They have a lot of similarities. Like they look alike. So it's just like, what are you talking about? You clearly haven't moved on and now you're just trying to play yourself. And I feel bad for Bianca, to be honest, because she has to do all this bullshit every day. Then he speaks about female rappers. Then he said that he's proud of Lizzo because she's an amazing talent who's taking her life into her own hands. You know, he says that Cardi B replaced Nicki Minaj. Megan Thee Stallion replaced Cardi B. Doja Cat replaced Megan Thee Stallion. Doechii replaced Doja Cat. Then he's like, it's funny how similar Doja and Doechii, names are. And then he says, where is Cardi B gonna be 10 years from now? They used her. He said 50 Cent is the GOAT. 50 Cent didn't even respond. He's like, nah, I ain't saying shit because, you a little too crazy right now. Cardi B responded to, what he was saying. She said 7 years, one album, still being a topic and still being asked about my music. I'm anointed and I have a real fan base. They come and go, but the brim is still here and will stay. And that's true, Cardi's really been like mad important and an artist that's always been talked about. Her features are amazing. Her music is fire. I'm waiting for this new album, but I don't even know when we're gonna get it. So the disrespect is crazy. For real, the disrespect is real crazy. Then this man ended up leaking his own album, Bully. So it turns out it was a visual album. It's a black and white video of a wrestling match. That's what I've seen from social media. I wasn't really paying attention to it too much. I wasn't really trying to like watch it. And he was saying that half of the vocals are AI and that he has to re-sing them because he hates AI now after like, you know, giving it so much praise on his episode on the download. He said Donda 2 is dropping next, and that kind of confused me because, it dropped like a few years ago. Then he goes back at Drake, and he said that he tried to help Drake before he went to Australia, and that all of his friends are talentless and are all yes men that extort him for money. Kanye West then brings up Cassie, talks about her case, talks about how she extorted Diddy. And it's just like, why are you even bringing her up? Like she's been going through a lot because of this case. Let her just chill, let her breathe, stay off the scenes like she wants, like she's been through a lot. So I don't know why he's like talking about her. Then Cardi ended up posting up, "Yay, shut the fuck up." And I feel like that was one of the best responses, simple yet good response. And then Cassie shared that as well. And then Kanye goes off on Jay-Z, mentions how he didn't like go to his first wedding, how he's mad that he picked Kendrick over him to perform at the Super Bowl. He's also mad about the jabs that Jay-Z took on Donda about his red hat. He said that Jay-Z and Beyonce could have helped him in regards to having more leverage with his kids. They could have used their cultural positions to not watch the Kardashians run him over. Then he mentioned how he took down the post he made about Jay-Z and Beyonce's family and Jerry Lorenzo's family, not because he's a good person, but because he didn't want his Twitter to be canceled. And that's crazy. Because he was saying some really foul shit about them, like, especially about his kids. And I'm just like, yo, like, leave the kids out of it because nobody's saying nothing about your kids. Like, they're not associating with you for a reason. That's just mad disrespectful to talk about somebody's kids, Like, then a story came out that Jay-Z and Beyonce are possibly looking at, legal action to take on him due to all of this. Because at the end of the day, he did cross a line. And then Kanye said that he won't apologize to Jay-Z or Beyonce unless they help him with his kids, in regards to the situation with the Kardashians. And he accuses the Kardashians of sex trafficking. And at the end of the day, at the end of everything, this man said everything he's been saying is therapeutic. That people have came to his crib, his friends, they try to take him to like a help center and he didn't want to. He just dubbed all of them. Like I said, it's all sad to hear and just sad to see because at the end of the day, like that's Kanye. He's one of like the best artists. Everything that he's done outside of music and even in music has been so influential and inspired so many people. And I don't even know how he could come back from this, to be honest. And it's hard to, continue being a fan of his. And I just don't think he cares, to be honest, about how he looks and about what his kids think. And all of this is most likely going to affect him not being able to see his kids, probably. And he genuinely just needs some help. Like, he really does need help. Just speaking about, like, other people's families and bringing up all of this and making it come to light just because you're upset about something is ridiculous. Like, you could have just called Cardi, like, told him, hey, like, I wasn't fucking with this, that. You could have called Jay-Z and Beyonce on some real person shit. You could have like fucking talked to Kim, face to face instead of doing all of this social media stuff and bringing it there. I feel bad for Bianca because she has to deal with this and go through all of this. Like she's probably really trying to take his phone away, but he's just not having it. And hopefully she is speaking to him and does try to talk to him about certain things. But that's the end of this episode. Thank you guys all for listening. Thank you guys all for supporting. I really appreciate the support I've gotten on social media, on my pages, on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. Like this video, like my post, download this video, follow me on socials, subscribe to my pages. I also made a playlist, like I said on my last episode, Tune Check Playlist 2025. Basically, it's just comprised of the songs that came out this year from singles to albums that I'm really enjoying. And I'm gonna update it every week. I want to make this like a yearly thing. So this is the first one. So go check that out, go save it. Let me know how it is. Let me know if you guys like it. And if there's any music that's coming out, let me know. I'll check it out. If I miss something, I'll listen to it. If you're working on something, you can send it to me. Or if you want me to like hear it and let you know my thoughts, I'll do that as well. But like I said, share this to everybody. Share this to all your friends, family, loved ones, people at the store, people you work with, people you don't even like. I'm trying to get out there. I want to elevate. I hope you guys all have a great week ahead. Stay tuned for the next one. Peace.